Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3 of That's the Key. And today we have a special guest. Today is going to be so fun, okay? We are sitting with, I call him Terrell, but the world knows him as Terrell the Artist. He is a triple threat powerhouse actor, singer, not single, model. And he's my friend.
Yes,
Y'all might know it's Pastor Johnny, but we have Terrell the Artist today.
Thank you so much for having me, my love.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
Look, y'all, this is so exciting for me. Y'all know we are just starting out on this journey, so I am absolutely honored and so thankful that you would take time to come out and sit down and talk to me.
That's right.
Y'all, Terrell, y'all don't know what y'all see about Terrell on social media or what y'all see about him in passing, but in real life, Terrell is a absolute key. So I'm pretty sure this whole thing is going to be a key. We're going to try to stay focused, and we're going to talk about some things, okay? So, first of all, I'd like to thank my sponsors. Y'all know I'm going to say that every time until the sponsorships come in. So I'm going ahead in the future and thanking my sponsors for their sponsorship.
Thanks to the
for
sponsors.
my podcast. Thank you to the podcast
Because
sponsors.
without them helping you, we'll be able to help me, and I'm here. So thanks to the sponsors.
Thank you to the sponsors. Hey, so let's talk about what everybody cares about, what we wearing today. Okay, so you know,
go with you first, ladies.
The girl put on her Cowboy Carter outfit. This isn't what I wore to the show.
Thank you.
But this is my Cowboy Carter t-shirt that I got from the merch line. Because you know I love merch, okay?
Yes, you do.
Concerts.
All the concerts.
I'm going to get me a shirt. I don't care. I got to miss part of that show. I'm not waiting afterwards. I'm not getting there early either. But I'm going to like miss a little 15 minutes to get my merch. But this is my Cowboy Carter tee with my Cowboy Carter stuff because Terrell loves mother.
At least you know who mother is. I know mother is.
So Terrell loves Beyonce. So in the name of Terrell the Artist, I wore my Cowboy Carter.
Thank you so much.
Because I knew
it's not over.
I knew he was not going to come here with his t-shirt and jeans on, and the t-shirt would have had a bling to it because the man does not give a bling. Do we want to talk about the look today?
Well, the look is just activation. We'll get into that later, but activation is the act of making something start. So I believe that you have to have that star moment to make it start and bling a little bit. So I'm just, doing a little sequence all black. You can't never go wrong with that.
Okay, cool.
But I appreciate you for acknowledging the Cowboy Carter. You look amazing.
Thank you, and I couldn't come here without my best for you, baby.
You knew I was coming.
Listen, and you was going to give me a moment. We knew you was going to give me a moment. Okay, so quick thing. So we have very much decided this is not going to be a gossip or celebrity podcast, right?
Okay.
However, the girls are still tussling this morning. That's how we got it. We got it. Have you been tapping in?
Yes,
of
course I did.
Because Saucy is into the conversation.
Of course I have.
Big Nikki is crashing out right now.
Big Nikki needs rehabilitation.
A little prayer probably.
Prayer and rehab.
Yeah. So
do a lot of people. No judgment.
We all do. A little bit of prayer, a little bit of rehab. We like both of the things together. And so, for me, it's just like, do you like Nikki? Are you a Nikki fan?
I'm not a Nikki fan, but I do like her. I went to her last Pink Friday tour. Everybody was dressed in pink and stuff. It was pretty cool. She didn't really entertain me. I more so like looking at the looks. I like to see everybody's interpretation of pink, all the pink things.
So you went for the fashions, not the production.
I didn't really, and the production was listen.
You went for the fashions.
I went for the fashion.
Clock that.
But I'm not a fan, but I think she's cool. I think she's one of the greatest rappers alive. And female rappers alive.
And I think that's reality because I'm a Barb up until lately because she's been crashing out. Oh. And this is not a good look for us.
You're not a Barb anymore.
I am a Barbie. I'm a Barbie always.
Okay.
If you could be anybody, be Barbie.
But you are a Barbie because you're beautiful.
Thank you.
But you're not a Barb.
Oh, okay. I'm a Barbie.
I like that.
And I'm more so a Barbie because you know why? Barbie has all the friends, all the houses, all the cars, and all the jobs.
The kids.
Oh, she got a lot of kids too. But I like the jobs better because she got a lot of money.
Kids. The men.
Yeah, but we like the jobs and the money a little bit better. Okay. The clock that Barbie was a doctor, she was a pilot.
Okay.
She was all the things.
Okay, introduce me to Barbie.
That's it. But nevertheless, okay, so we'll just leave it there. I was going to ask you how you feel about Nikki at this age because I think this feels childish to me. This little beef they have right now. So I was just curious about how you felt about Nikki and the girls tussling right now.
To me, honestly, I know she's in her 40s, but that doesn't matter. But it just gives hater energy to me. It's no reason like all of a sudden when this lady put out her album and stuff and she's doing so well, you want to compare numbers. It gives hater vibes. And I'm starting to think like that you would know that it gives hater vibes. So now it's really giving mental illness vibes. Drug addict vibe.
It is not a vibe.
It's not a vibe.
It's all bad.
But it's just, that's what it gives to me, because it's just like, you wouldn't think that people think that she was hating by now.
Yeah.
You haven't said anything about this lady in years.
And that's
but as soon as she put her album out, you want to call her ABC and Barney's and 1, 2, 3s and stuff like that. It doesn't matter because she's selling. So by you being like a pioneer, you feeling like you're the best in the game, you're putting too much energy on what someone else is doing. And I honestly think that there's room for everybody. So it's really giving big hater vibes. Sorry, bars, but you know they're delusional.
It's a little it's giving a little delulu, because I tried to fight it for as long as I could, but at this point we can't fight it no more. You're giving big mean girl energy too.
Yeah.
Like, who hurt you, sis?
Yeah.
Who hurt you? So
somebody did, and hurt people hurt people.
They do. So pray for Nikki.
Absolutely.
Pray for Nikki, y'all. That's the key.
That is the key. Pray for Nikki. It's the key.
Okay, y'all. So for y'all that don't know, again, I'm still in the wave of, most of y'all who are watching this now are probably intimately acquainted with me, but one day they won't.
That's right.
And y'all might not know Terrell. So how I met Terrell was, I was recently in a play, Lonnie B Productions, and Terrell was in the play, right? Her second round.
Yes.
He was in the first play, and I realized a lot of people, myself included, until I seen him in person, if you've only watched the Around My Way web series or the movie on the thing, you might think this is Lonnie. This is not Lonnie. This is Terrell the Artist.
Yes.
A lot of people think Lonnie and you. Is that common?
Yes.
People think you're Lonnie.
Yes. I got in the lift the other day, and the lady, she turned around, the lift driver, she said, "Oh my God, I know who you are." I said, "Ma'am, you don't know who I am." She said, "I know you are that funny guy on Instagram." I said, "No, I am not Lonnie B." She said, "Huh?" I said, "But that's my brother." So I get that all the time. He doesn't think we look alike, but I think he's outnumbered. Yeah,
and I tried not to do that whole because y'all are both light-skinned, but you guys actually, and I still stand on that. Like, knowing both of them, I still stand on the fact that I think you guys
we look alike.
Absolutely.
But the Uber driver did that, so you probably thought I was
absolutely
on the movie.
And so that's how I met Terrell. So tell me a little bit about your acting experience. I know that wasn't your first show, but was that your first time being in a play?
Yes, that was my first time acting in general.
Okay.
Being in Around My Way, the first the part, that was my first time acting in my life. Back when I was a kid, I wrote a play, but I didn't act in it. I just cast the people and stuff like that.
Oh, you was a boss.
But that was my absolutely as a kid, right?
Yes.
I started. That was my first time. That was my absolute first time, and I was scared because at first it's just like, I just want to come here to sing. But he's like, "No, you have to act, and your acting have to be just as well as your singing."
It was Lonnie.
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh, that was Lonnie in this play. Yeah. I thought you meant somebody told you that as a child.
No,
that sounds very familiar.
No, in that first play, Around My Way, that's what he said. I know you want to sing, but your acting has to be just as good as your singing.
And it was.
And that was, well, thank you. And I struggled, but I made it through. But that was my first time. Very terrified and scared and didn't know what to expect. But, I got through it and I did the thing.
And doing it still to this day, doing it again and again. So tell me, what do you feel like was one of your best experiences behind the stage doing that first play? Or the second one?
Behind the stage, just making connections with the cast both times. Some people I was familiar with, some people I wasn't so familiar with, but making the connections with people like you, I would say, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here at your thing today, but I really made great connections and friendships that are everlasting with people, and that was one of the great parts because he instilled in us, being supportive of each other.
Absolutely.
And certain things that he didn't instill in us, we just did on our own, and that was some of the best things about being in the production for the play, the first play and the second play. So that was my greatest moments, our behind the scene moments, our talks in the car, our behind the stages, our push to each other, our encouragement to each other. So that was one of my favorite parts.
Absolutely.
Really.
No, for real, it was. That's definitely,
real.
If anybody asks me, the community that we created through that second run is just like, I feel like, we spent a lot of time together, a lot of intimate moments, but I definitely feel a different kind of soul connection with y'all. That we put a lot out. I don't think anybody ever talks about when you're doing artistry Terrell the Artist, that you take a lot of yourself. You give a lot of yourself. So I think in that process, if you are with people that are like-minded and on that same kind of path, like that giving so much of yourself, you just connect. It just creates like crazy bonds.
And we share so many things, things that probably we only talked about with our therapists.
Yeah.
So the fact that so the fact that we were able to share that in a safe space was absolutely amazing for me, and I'm sure everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So Terrell the Artist, part 1, actor. Is part 2 the heart, the singer? Is that your heart? Is singing your passion?
Is my passion.
Okay.
I never dreamed. You know how people say, "Oh my gosh, I watched Denzel Washington and all these people." No, I watched Patti LaBelle.
Okay, so
she was my girl.
Okay, so we want to talk about that.
Singing is my passion.
Because you said Patti was your babysitter.
Patti was my babysitter.
And I call Patti my aunt. That's Aunt Patti.
Aunt
Patti?
My grandma.
She's your grandma. Okay, so Aunt Patti, like we're definitely cousins for sure.
Okay.
But like I love her. I want to go to her house.
Okay.
I want to eat her food.
Okay.
And she's a key.
Yes.
And I just want to sit and talk to her. And I want to go in her closet.
Yeah. Oh, listen. The closet. Do
you remember when the verses? I was going to just hit on them shoes. Do you remember when the verses? I think it was Gladys Knight, her and Gladys Knight verses.
She had some shoes.
She had like a shoe rack. I don't think it was on the piano, but she kept changing her shoes.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
And we get it because she had a lot of Louboutins, right?
Yeah.
And they be hurting.
She bloody.
They be hurting though. Yeah, So she said, you know what? I'm gonna sit right here. Put these shoes right here. I'm gonna try these for a moment. Try those for a moment. And you gotta respect it.
You have to respect a diva like that. And she's always so. My experience with Patti LaBelle is just not like when I got older. It really started as a child.
Okay, talk to me about that.
So, I love to talk about my grandma. So as a child, when people my age would maybe be outside or playing video games on Nintendo or Sega, my aunt, Mumu, was a big Patti LaBelle fan. So she loved Patti. Everything was about Patti LaBelle. So she would have VHS tapes. You know about the VHS tapes?
You know I do.
Absolutely. And she would watch those tapes, and that would intrigue me. Like, it would stop me in my tracks as a kid. And they was like, oh my God, this boy is obsessed with this lady. Because back in the day, young Patti LaBelle, she kicking her shoes off. She rolling on the floor. She screaming and hollering. The wigs are outrageous. She doing all the things that performers should do, right?
Yeah.
And it just captivated me. And my mother would be like, oh my gosh, I know what will help my son sit still. I'm going to put on this Patti LaBelle tape. And that's why I said that Patti was my
babysitter.
And so they knew how much I love Patti LaBelle. So when my aunt would start to go to Constitution Hall and King's Dominion, the outside concerts yes, anywhere when Patti LaBelle was in D.C., my aunt would take me.
Okay.
I'm talking about 6 years old. I have a photo. I may send it to you so you can post that up too on this part.
I'm going to work on that editing.
Come on now,
y'all,
so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
That is the problem, y'all. If anybody knows how to do some good editing, please
up on the thing.
Let me get Terrell Patti LaBelle picture up here.
Listen,
please.
But I was 6 years old in a suit at Constitution Hall, me and my cousin, and it was her burning tour. And I was there 6 years old, and people were looking at us like, what are these kids doing? And I absolutely loved her. And I'm going to make it quick, but this particular night, my mom wrote a letter to Patti LaBelle saying how much my 6 or 7 year old son loves you. I went with my aunt. I went with her son. My aunt knew one of the securities. His name was Melvin at the time. She got him to get us up on by the stage.
Come on, Mom.
And Patty seeing these young little boys. I'm 7, he's 5. I'm 3 years older than him. So he's 5, I'm maybe like 8, maybe something like that. I don't know the numbers, but Melvin gets us up to the stage and she says, come up here, come up here. So we get on the stage with Patti LaBelle. Kiana, I call you Miss Linda. I can remember the feeling that I felt. I got up on the stage. She has flowers and things, very extravagant. Mm-hmm. She has flowers and things on her stage. She gives me a flower. She gives my cousin a flower. She's up there singing, and my aunt hands, I don't remember how she got the note, but the letter that my mom wrote, they gave it to her.
Oh.
She took the note and stuck it in the booth.
In the dirty pillows.
Right in between the dirty pillows. She stuck it in between the dirty pillows. And she kissed me on my cheek, and she kissed my cousin on his cheek.
And life ain't never been the same.
Baby, let me tell you something. My mother had to beat me to wash that lipstick off of my face. You hear me? I was like, no,
Get off there.
Patty kissed me. And then 3 days later, she called me.
Patty LaBelle?
Yes, she did.
Patty called your phone.
This is a true story. That letter told her how much I loved her. My mother said, and if you will, just give him a call.
Come on, mother.
3 days later, on her birthday, on Patty LaBelle's birthday, she called my mom's house. I think my aunt, who loved her, answered the phone and said, oh my God, Miss LaBelle, he is not here. He is over his grandmother's house. But he would shit and die right now to know that you are calling him. She said, can I please give you his grandmother's number?
And he called at grandma's house.
My grandmother answered the phone. She said, hello, this is Miss LaBelle. May I speak to Terrell? I'm laying on the foot of my grandmother's bed. My grandma said, Terrell, somebody wants you on the phone. My grandma was gagging too, by the way. You understand what I'm saying?
I she sound like
my grandmother is gagging too.
She sounds like she's acting very cool right now.
This is Miss LaBelle. Can I speak to Terrell? My grandmother passes me the phone. I'm like, hello? I'm 7, 8. She said, this is Miss LaBelle. She said, I just want to thank you for loving me the way that you do, baby. She said, how are you? I said, good. I said, good. She said, are you doing well in school? I said, yes. She said, well, I just wanted to say hello. Gag me up. I was like this. For life. A deer in headlights?
For life.
But I will always keep that moment with me. And it is my dream. So anybody that can make this happen, I want to meet my grandmother as an adult.
Okay, y'all. All right, y'all. Tag Patty LaBelle. Everybody tag Patty LaBelle. Make sure I clip this. Please. YouTube short, Instagram, TikTok.
I want to let her know how she changed my life as a child and what she did. Because I can remember times where I would go to all her concerts, and Patty LaBelle loves her fans, so she invites you on stage to dance with her. And my family would be like, go. I was so starstruck from her. I wouldn't be like, I'm not going up there. She had a book called Don't Block Your Blessings. And you remember Sam's Club? She had a big release at Sam's Club. They took me there. I was so even nervous for her to sign my book. I don't even think I got my book signed. That is a person. You know I love Beyonce. But I am still starstruck over Miss LaBelle. But I want to let her know the impact that she made in my life as a young kid. So if you are out there or listening, anybody know Miss LaBelle, let her know that Terrell the Artist loves her and adore her. And I'm thinking about getting a tattoo with her signature. Okay, so we have to go get that signature so that you can get the tattoo. No, I know it. It's Pattil Belle. It's everywhere. I can get it off Google. I want it on me. Oh. I want it on me. And there's that. I want it on me. Oh, I got that signature. and that's the key. That is the key. But that's a real life key because I need that. Listen, I was going to ask you what was your favorite moment as a singer, but I can imagine nothing topping that as far as your, no experience. That was your defining moment, but also as me being a singer. Is that the most impactful moment you had as a singer? That's not my favorite moment, but that's my favorite childhood moment. Tell me your favorite. What's your favorite moment? My favorite moment as a singer would have had to be. I have two moments. One would be I auditioned for American Idol back in 2025, right after Fantasia won. Everybody in DC, everybody from my church, we all went together. All the singers that sang, we went and auditioned together. And the thing that we didn't know is that there's so many preliminary rounds. What you see on TV is not what it gets in person. So I went to go do that, and I really didn't like it. But the thing about doing American Idol was I didn't have an ID. But they still gave me a wristband. So I had to go to the NBA, and I showed the people the wristband. And they made me sing up in the NBA to give me my ID that day. You know they mail it, take 3 to 5 business days. Listen, it takes 3 to 5 business days. But they was like, oh, you already have the band. Sing. I started singing, and they gave me that ID right then. I was able to really go on audition. So that was like a highlight. Funny moment of mine, but then auditioning for Sunday's Best too. Well, Sunday Best. Okay. And that was on BET Networks. I was a big fan of the show. I knew a couple of people that had actually been on the show and won. So it was like, it was at, I forgot what church it was at. I think it was at Mount Calvary. And me and some of the people went to do that. But that was a bigger experience for me because it's a lot of preliminary rounds with both competitions. It's like 3 or 4 preliminary rounds before you actually see the people on the show. Okay. And I made it through all of the preliminary rounds except for the last one. Oh. And when I tell you, when you look on TV, when you see those shows, you think like, these people on here sound terrible. Like at the auditions, they pick the worst and the best. And you tell your friend, you need to go because you can really sing. But it's not like that. It's so many preliminary rounds, like rounds. You don't just audition and when you get up to the front, you're in front of the Mary Marys and the Kirk Franklins and those people and stuff like that. No, it's preliminary rounds. So by the time you sing for those people, you have already sang like 3-4 times. And so they put on TV for our entertainment, the people who sound terrible.
Okay.
And then you just be like, oh, I can go do that. But what you don't know is when you really go, it's everybody up in the city from the M, and the V that can sing now.
The church singers.
The real church singers. You understand what I'm saying? So for me to make it to so many rounds, except the last one before the show, that was absolutely, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. But it was something in me, I guess, that they seen, and I wasn't ready in my lifestyle to be nobody's Sunday best. You understand what I'm saying? But I was just using my talent, and the fact that I was able to make it to so many rounds was really life changing.
But that got to make you bold. That trying stuff like that got to make you bold because that's a big platform, a big audition, and so getting through that many rounds, you know, that has to make you.
And all the people that knew that audition, they know it was it's a lot of hard work, and it be cold outside. You got to wrap your throat up. You know, you sitting on the ground. It's just not boom, boom, boom. You really have to. And a lot of people get out the line and stuff. They're like, I'm not waiting in line for this. I don't want it that much, but I did. Yeah. And it made me feel proud about
getting that far.
Something. Yeah. I ain't make it on the show, but I made all of the preliminary rounds.
So you've been on plenty shows since. And we'll be on plenty more. Thank you. so funny story. I actually, this had to have been easy 15 years ago. One of my girlfriends went to go audition for American Idol here, and I went with her.
You went down to the convention center?
It wasn't at the convention center. Okay. I cannot remember where it was.
Probably BET Studios.
This was many, many, many moons ago.
Many moons.
But all I know is when it was in the middle of the night. I don't know why we were out there in the middle of the night. But some kind of bum rush happened. Some kind of scene happened when they opened something and people bum rushed. We never made it to auditions, but we did make it to the hospital. We had to go to the hospital.
Y'all was sick. No, start running.
No, something I don't even remember what happened because I don't think it was me. I think something happened to my friend. I think I was fine. And it was nothing big because clearly I don't remember what exactly happened. It was probably more, scrapes and scratches.
Okay.
But
okay.
All that to say, don't waste your time down to the American Idol.
I'm telling you. Do it online now if you want to do it.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about your acting.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about your singing.
Yes.
I had the pleasure to go to the Icon Showcase a few months ago. Y'all, in case y'all didn't know, Terrell, the third part of Terrell the Artist is the owner, manager, producer, CEO of Icon Model Agency.
Yeah.
They had an amazing showcase a few months ago. And it was so tight because it was cool to see Terrell, to see his artist, but to see him as the MC. And that was the thing I think was the most impressive because after that, only seeing you as Pastor Johnny in the play and knowing you're the singer, it was very cool to see you as Terrell the Artist on stage being a manager of all your people because you really ran that.
I did.
You did an amazing job at that show. It was so good to see you in those fruits.
Thank you so much.
So tell me a little bit about Icon Agency for the people who don't know.
So Icon Production Agency is a modeling company that I had for 18 years. I started when I was maybe 22 years old. It was a passion of mine. I wanted to bring a lot of people who couldn't go to Wilhelmina or John Casablanca or some of those big modeling agency or schools. I wanted to bring something for my community and in my city. And it was already different companies out and different groups and stuff out that I had seen. And I was like, I can do that. Because my mother always told me, you're a leader.
Yes. And I don't think I realized that the modeling scene in the DC area was so big until recently. I think I'm too old for Catwalk Classic, right?
Really?
Catwalk Classic probably started happening. I feel like the first time I really remember hearing about it, either I was getting ready to graduate or I was actually in college. Because my little cousins were in it. But I don't remember that being that big of a thing. Fast forward, I also didn't know that there was so many modeling. The modeling scene in this area is kind of big.
It is. It's so many different companies, or some people call them companies or agency or troops or groups or whatever. But it's so many modeling companies in the DMV.
So what would you say to an aspiring model who is looking for agency and representation? How would you tell them to go about picking one?
All you got to do is now we have social media. Just DM the agency that you think best fits for you. And if you like what we've been talking about my agency, DM us at Icon Production Agency, and we will help you and mold you into whatever it is that you want to be.
Okay, so let's talk about that molding piece. So what are you looking for a model who wants to sign with your agency?
I'm just looking for someone who believes in themselves.
Okay.
I don't care your shape, your size, your what you've been through in life. If you believe that, because nowadays modeling is a little different. You remember back in the days, you had to be a size 2 and a 0, and you may had to be light skinned, or those are not the things anymore. You know, shout out to people like Rihanna for putting plus size people in her productions and things like that. So if anyone now can go on Instagram and hashtag model.
Yes.
But what we do is train you how to do runway, and that's totally different from just taking a picture. So if you really want to like do runway, and the most thing about it is confident building. Because we get a lot of people who just didn't believe in themselves. Like everybody said I had a look, but I just couldn't get in front of people. I just didn't have the courage, or I just could not see myself here. And one thing that Icon has did for 18 years, we have built people up. We have made them feel that I can do anything. And I'm not like patting myself on the back, but we have absolutely changed people's lives.
Absolutely.
Like I went to some of my girls' weddings that started with me, and they like, this guy right here changed my life. Or that company that I was in, that he's the CEO of, this absolutely changed my life. It made me the woman I am today. It helped me with confidence. And that is a blessing when you can do that.
That's your ministry.
People. Absolutely.
And I would say, I remember we did a shoot for the first play with one of Terrell's models was in the photo shoot.
What model was that?
Nafisa.
Oh, my sister, Nafisa, the model.
The model.
Shout out to her.
Nafisa, the model.
That's sis.
And that was the first time, but I want to say that was the first time I think I've ever, because Miami was a part of one of the modeling agencies too, right?
Miami was the first lady of Models Envy. She is one of the pioneer icons who helped start the foundation of the modeling scene in the DMV.
Okay, so
yes, she is.
So you guys understand what that looks and feels like.
Yes.
That was the first time I realized, girl, take all the Instagram pictures you want, do all the things that you want.
Yes.
I am a pretty girl who knows how to dress.
Okay.
I am no model.
But yes, you are.
I could be when I'm going to do some work with the icons.
That's
but
right.
Those trained models, them girls, I said, that was the first time I sat in this space, and I said, okay, there's a difference. So everybody who wants to call themselves a model, cool story using that hashtag.
Absolutely.
But just make sure you don't go to the photo shoot with the models, because then you'll realize that hashtag you just made up.
Because they're going to pose all over you.
You made up, yeah.
And both of those girls definitely started at young age. Like Nafisa started at 12, and that's Jessica Miami. She was a dancer, and she's always been in the art. So the women that they are today, they trained and worked to be those women.
Yes, and I can tell.
Yeah.
And I can tell. So there's that. Okay, so what's next for models? What's next for Icon Agency?
Just continuing to gain more members, continuing to change lives, continue to give people opportunities, because we do help people to get into New York fashion. We help them to build their confidence in their resume, to go out and do everything that they want to do. So they're not actually signed under like contract. Well,
it's not a non-compete.
Yes, you can go out and do other things. So we help them and develop them to be able to go out and do those things.
And don't skate over that, because I know you had somebody that walked in Fashion Week this year.
A few people.
Yeah, so
absolutely
check in with the icons if you want to do the things. It goes way past DC, and
yes, it does.
This is no cap. These people were absolutely walking in Fashion Week. So come get involved. So what prompted this whole episode was you are getting ready to release a new project.
I am.
So let's talk about this project. Tell us about the project.
The project is a labor of love. The project is called Activation.
Okay.
It will be
Activation. Yes. Yes. All right. Full circle.
It will be out Friday, October the 10th.
Okay.
And it's a project that I've been working on for a few years, actually. And it shouldn't have taken me that long. But, sometimes we get stagnant, and when we have other things going on, we kind of put that on the back burner. But I decided to dive completely into finishing this project. And the most amazing thing about this project is I am singing it, but my husband wrote 90% of my project.
Come on, Reggie.
Yes.
Come on, 90% of the project.
And I wrote the 10, and he wrote the 90. And this has never happened with me before, because I've been singing. This is not my first project, but all my other projects, I wrote mostly all of my own songs. But when I met my husband and I noticed that he could write songs and his songwriting was amazing, he wrote a song for me, and I was like, I love it. He's like, I got another song for you, and I was like, I love it. Then he had another song. I'm like, damn, nigga, you got the full project.
Yes.
But it's amazing, you know, as a songwriter and singer, because you get to sing someone else's interpretation of things. And it's not so easy because you have to get those notes right the way they want it. You have to get the story across the way that they write it. So it was a challenge for me for this project to do something that my soulmate wrote for me. So it's one of the most, it's one of my best work, and it's a special project to me because Reggie did write most of it, and he's on all of the backgrounds of each song. He's singing down on there.
That's how you do it where you eat. Come on. The left hand washes the right. Come on.
Absolutely. So
that's a beautiful project.
I'm just really excited about it. And also, it's the first project that I did that's soul. I've had R&B songs, but most of my projects has been gospel and inspirational.
Okay.
So I stepped out of that, especially with someone else writing for me. He just wrote about situations that I never would have thought of.
Okay.
Like shit in situations that he'd been through 10 years ago, I'm singing about now because we ain't going through that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, it's just amazing to sing and experience someone else's interpretation of things. So it's some of my best work, and I'm really excited because it's almost like a joint album, but it's not.
Yeah.
But that's the.
He's letting you be Beyonce. You can have your
never be Beyonce.
You can. He's letting you have your moment.
Yes,
in the front. In the front, he's absolutely involved, and that's a big thing because if ain't no words to sing, well, no songs to be sung.
Come on now.
So there's that.
Come on.
Is there a song in the project that means the most to you?
So it's two.
Okay.
Both of the songs he wrote, actually, one of the songs is "I'm Not Crazy." I just really like it because Terrell the Artist wouldn't write about that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say shit about nothing. I wouldn't even think to start on my paper about that.
Okay.
So that was a challenge for me. But for a few people who have heard it, they like the first lyrics. They like, because people automatically think you wrote that, but I didn't. So they like, damn. And then after they go off, I'm like, Reggie wrote that. They're like, oh, okay. So "I'm Not Crazy" is one of my favorite because it's totally different for me as a song. And then I have a song called "Stay the Same." When everybody here, it's two special people on this song that I love to death. And people will hear when it come out why that is my favorite song. Okay. So both that Reggie wrote, "I'm Not Crazy" and "Stay the Same" are my two favorites.
I'm not crazy. Okay, that sounds like a war cry. Because
you'll turn that up real loud.
Okay, and will. Okay, so fun question.
Yes.
What song would Linda, not Kiana, what song would Linda have on repeat on your new project?
Real Love.
Real Love.
That's Linda. Everybody, the lyrics say everybody need real love.
Okay.
And I feel like Linda's character, she's looking for love, even though she's not showing love to her daughter and things like that. I feel like Linda would vibe with that. I actually sent that one to you, and I actually wrote that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that I wrote on there, Real Love.
Beautiful.
I feel like that's Linda's vibe.
Yes. Okay. So, is there anything else that you want to add to the podcast? Anything you want to talk about? We covered a lot of things. We have a couple little more questions, but anything else you want people to know about your project, about your agency, about the play?
Well, we are in the third part of the play, Brooks Place Apartment 202. So Miss Linda is a part of it.
Miss Linda's in the play.
And so is Pastor Johnny. So I would just say, just continue to support us. We love all of the support, the overwhelming support that we've gotten so far. And, supporting my brother Lonnie B. I just say that just follow all the things that we do, because I do a lot of things. I'm the CEO, I'm the singer, I'm the actor, I'm the husband, I'm the advisor.
The artist. He is Terrell the Artist.
Yeah, so just continue to, follow me and see what I'm doing.
Okay, cool. So we're going to play a quick round of this or that.
Okay.
All black or all white?
It's giving all black.
Seafood boil or whole crabs?
Today, I want to eat a dozen of crabs, the large ones.
Females or males?
Males.
Heavy.
Yep.
Martin or Fresh Prince?
Definitely Martin.
Renaissance or Homecoming? Homecoming.
That's Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella.
Absolutely.
Coachella.
I love Renaissance, but it's something about them two Coachella shows.
Okay.
And you told me you was up in the building.
Brandy or Monica?
Oh, God. I love Monica. But vocally, I'm going to go with Brandy.
That's the answer. And we're going to the concert.
Yes, we are. I ain't get my ticket yet, but we're going to get them.
Same day. 90s R&B or 2000s slow jams?
90s R&B.
Okay, you sure?
Yes.
Think about it real quick. Because that 2000s R&B was really, if you really give it a quick second to think about it. You sure?
Any music in the 90s, I'm going to go with.
Okay.
Because I always believe that if you were out in the 90s, you had to be able to sing. Number one, because there was so much competition in the 90s. The women were, baby, you couldn't get up on Apollo and sound like amateur night. The men, Wanye, Case, Jodeci.
Come on, Jodeci.
Joe, come on. Whatever 90s R&B is, the 90s R&B rules everything. But the 2000 slow jams was hitting. But the 90s R&B is everlasting. Everlasting.
Well, tell everybody where the people can contact you, where they can find you, where they can find your projects, where they can follow you on social media.
Before I do that, first of all, I want to say I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I'm so honored, you guys, to be one of the first guests. I feel like we definitely have a connection that will never get broken.
Never.
That doesn't happen with me
either.
And I don't think that happens with you either. But I'm just so proud of you, and I wish you the best and all the success. And it's just like, it's so many layers to you, and I get to see them the more time I spend with you. So I just want to say, don't stop, and y'all continue to support her and share this stuff, because I know it's going to be real fabulous when the budget comes.
Baby,
it's
when the coins hit.
Baby, she supplied drinks and cocktails for me. We got some fruit and some crackers. What is it called? What kind of board? How you say it?
Charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board.
Yes, right? Adult Lunchables.
No Lunchables.
It's adult Lunchables.
What? Oh, adult Lunchables.
Yeah.
The things I'm thinking over there, y'all can't see it, but those are for me to eat because I'm the guest. And I thank you, because you already starting off well. And I just thank you for having me in your space.
Oh, thank you, Terrell.
And I will come back anytime. Make sure I want to be a part 2 on it.
Absolutely.
On the key.
Yes.
So that's all I want to say. And everybody can just follow me at Terrell the Artist. I do have an album release event coming out on 10/11, but that's invite only. But I don't have to really plug that. Private event, but the album comes out on 10/10. So everybody just stream it. Let me know what songs you like. Let me know what songs you don't like. Support me in Brooks Place Apartment 202. Y'all know we're going on tour. All the things of everything that I'm doing is on my social media at Terrell the Artist and Facebook, Terrell Icon Nichols.
So that's it with Terrell. Terrell, thank you so much.
This
has been so great.
This has been great.
For my first interview,
I ain't ready to stop.
We can still have a nice key. This is so great. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share on all platforms. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for clocking in.
Yes, this is Key with the Key.
That's the key.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.